Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Dr. Crosby of Infinite Impact Leadership, and I'm glad that you clicked on me today because in this video, we're going to talk about one of those questions that can help you take your leadership to a whole nother level. And that question is, how can I support my team? Let's go. You know, that word support is so subjective. That word support is so vague. It can take on many forms. It can be confusing. But I tell you what, the lack of support can be detrimental to your organization, to your department, and to your building. That's why every time when I get a chance, whether it's in an informal situation or whether it's something that we're sitting down and we're intentionally carving out time to have a discussion, I like to talk to my team and I like to find out, how can I support them? What is it that I can do to help them take what they're doing to another level? And in these conversations, I like to find out the different ways that I can improve as a leader and how I can provide them different opportunities and different resources to help them reach the goals that they want to reach. So I want to drop 3 tips that can help you support your team. Number 1, being accessible. And I've talked about this a lot, especially when I talked about the Crosby principle of leadership. That A stands for accessibility. And we have to understand as leaders, the people that we're serving, the people that are on our team, they're going to look to us for a lot of questions and for a lot of advice. And when we're not accessible to answer those questions and to give them that encouragement and to give them that enlightenment on the situation, they're either going to feel undervalued, underappreciated, or they're going to go ahead and make a decision that might not be in alignment with your vision as the leader. And that can definitely stunt the growth of the organization. Being accessible also provides the opportunity for those positive relationships to be built. Because when you think about it, the more accessible a leader is, the more comfortable the people around them feel. And then that opens up the line of communication with that particular leader. And then that's where those conversations can happen. Those ideas can bounce back and forth. And that's where that level of support can really strengthen and allow that person that's on the team to feel supported and to feel like they're empowered to move forward and to make those decisions that's in alignment with the leader's vision. Accessibility builds trust. And when you're working with the team, trust is a key component to success. The second way that you can support your team as a leader is to provide positive, constructive, immediate feedback. You know, they say no news is good news, but I found that that's not necessarily true, especially when you have someone whose performance is being evaluated by their leader, and then when they finish that performance, their leader doesn't talk to them. And so that person is just kind of sitting there just waiting for some type of report or some type of response or some type of something to let them know how they did, because in that moment, you really don't know. You don't know if you have things to work on. You don't know how much you need to work on. You don't know how to work on them. So it just puts that person in a complete sense of just uncertainty, confusion. Going back to what I stated earlier, unappreciated, undervalued, to the point where that person is never going to gain full confidence in what they're able to do without that feedback and without that support from their leader. So as you're leading, make sure you're providing that positive, constructive, immediate feedback to the people that's on your team. And the third point to supporting your team has to do with answering questions or pointing them in the right direction. But before you realize that, you have to realize that even though you may be on that platform as a leader, you do not have all of the answers. There's no way you can. That's pretty much impossible, and that's okay. So like I said before, people are going to come to you with questions, with tons of questions, and you may not have the answer. Again, that is okay. But as a leader, they're going to expect something from you. They're going to expect some level of support. That's what leadership is. Now, there's 1 of 3 things you can do. If you have the answer, go ahead and give it to them right there. If you don't have the answer, tell them that you'll find the answer. Or if it's something that's really out of your realm, guide them in that direction, point them in the direction so that they can get the answer. Because their question can have that answer that can help grow or sustain your level of success. Hey, while I'm here, I might as well give you another tip to help you support your team. It's real simple. Just check up on them. Every now and then, carve out a little time out your busy schedule. I know that's tough to do, but it's going to pay off in the long run. Check up on them. Text them. Go to their office. When you see them in the hallways or within the building, just stop and talk to them real quick. Ask about their health and wellness. Ask about their families. Talk about their dogs. Talk about their sports team. Just check up on them. That is a level of support that I think a lot of leaders forget. We get so caught up in the everyday operations of the organization that you're running that we forget that the people that we're connected to, they're humans too. And they like to talk about their families. They like to talk about their pets. They like to talk about things that's not associated with the job. Take advantage of that. And you'll see the difference in your relationships, and you'll see the level of support that they give back to you because you supported them. Listen, we can go on and on and on about different ways to support your team, and I wish I could stay here and give you all, but I only have time for a couple of tips. So I want you to take those tips and apply those tips, and you'll see the difference. Listen, leadership is a platform, not a pedestal. So continue to build that platform with the support that your team needs from their leader, and continue to leave that infinite impact with the people you serve. Remember, there are generations of people that are dependent on your leadership. Don't be that one. They need you.
Listen, there's plenty of where that came from, so make sure you like and comment on this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell, and share this content with the people you know. If you're thinking of how you can book me to come and speak to your staff, your department, or your organization, please visit the website darylcrosby.com, go to the booking page, and we can discuss the next steps to make that happen.